Nicole Hacault with Royal LePage Top Producers, and for our Wednesday Wisdom this week, I have Lyle with Globe Moving Premier Van Lines. So we're going to talk about some tips and tricks and best practices for moving. So I was telling you the story, Lyle, about how when I moved the one time, my movers were supremely upset with me because I just used one nice little strip of tape on the bottom of my boxes and they had to retape everything because they were going to pick them up and everything was going to fall out the bottom. So I've learned from that and now I know how to pack my boxes properly. But what tips do you have?
Well, the biggest thing when it comes to boxes is make sure the bottoms are taped closed and taped tight. And also use the right size of boxes for what you're going to be packing inside. You're not going to want to use a larger box when you're packing your china and things like that. You're going to want to use a smaller box that is a little stronger and can handle taking the weight of your dishes and pots and pans. When it comes to something bigger like your bedding or pillows, there's bigger boxes that are able to handle that, but always make sure the bottoms are taped closed, and then when you're done packing, tape the top closed.
Okay, perfect. And now another great tip is labeling the boxes.
You can. Different customers will use their own labels where they'll label the side of the box, or your mover can supply you with labels. I know our office has that where we can supply you actually pre-printed labels, or you can just write on top of the tape. And best thing to put down is like kind of which room it's out of, whether it be the master bedroom, the kitchen, kids' room, basement. And that way when it's coming off the truck and the crew sees what it is, you can direct them the right way you want them to go. Right. So it does make it a lot easier.
Okay, so as we're prepping for the move and we're organizing our boxes and everything, what can people do?
Try and stack them into one central area if you can of each floor, or even per room, because it does make it easier, because then we're not going in and out of closets and cupboards looking for boxes. Always have them out and accessible so that we can see where they are, and because sometimes when they're loading the trucks, they may need a certain size of box, and there it is, and away you go. So it's always good to keep them open or keep them available to be seen for the crew so they know what they're dealing with.
Okay, what about, so I know your moving company often supplies boxes. Some people, they collect them from various stores and locations. What do you recommend on the types of boxes people have?
You know what, it is best if you can to try to use a uniform box. Obviously, we don't expect everybody to do that. So the biggest thing is whatever boxes you do choose, make sure they've got a sturdy bottom, make sure they're taped closed, and when you put your items inside, that the top is on it, and also tape closed on the top. Can you use liquor boxes? Can you use apple boxes? Yes, just make sure they're packed full and make sure they're taped closed.
Okay, what can people do to help save their movers time on the move?
If you're looking at that you're moving locally here within Winnipeg or the surrounding area, if you want to save yourself some time, take your beds apart. Take the bunk beds apart. Take the table legs off. Little things like that will save time for the crew, which will save time for you, the customer, which in the long end saves money on you. Then you can take the family out for supper.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Okay, so those are a couple of great moving tips. If you're looking for any other tips, or even just, I've moved myself 5 times and Lyle does this all the time. So just ask us any questions. We are here to help you. So you can comment below and Lyle's information is up there on the screen for you. So that's our Wednesday Wisdom for the week. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.